Hey there bears, I'm Strawbearry Stabwound, and in this video I'm going to finish drawing the Sing Human Redesign series. So this is actually a part 2 to a part 1, I will link it right here. It's in the little corner on the eye, I hope y'all can see it. Please go check out my part 1 if you'd like to. In that one I drew Rosita, Mina, and Ash. Not in that order specifically, I don't really remember, but if you want to see more of the characters in my style and you think that I did the ones in this video justice, I think I did the ones in my first video even more justice. I really like how I drew the designs and I'm really proud of them. I did a poll and asked you guys to choose some characters, and I said that I would draw the top 3. The top 3 characters were Johnny, Nana Noodleman, and Miss Crawly. Johnny got a whopping 54%, Miss Crawly got 19%, and Nana Noodleman got 15%, with Jimmy and Clay tying at 6%. Very funny information about this is, even when I first made the poll, they've been tied the entire time, and even now they still haven't gone over 10%. And I have, I think, almost 200 votes on that, so I feel very bad for them, because I was hoping to draw them, but maybe next time. Before I officially start my video, I just wanted to say I got a new mic. ASMR, whisper, whisper. Okay, anyways, I hope y'all can tell the difference because I used the whole $50 gift card I got for my birthday on it, and it's also pink and has a smiley face on it, so it makes me very happy and I really enjoy it. And another thing, I hope it's not annoying, but thank you guys so much for 2K. Every time I celebrate a new milestone, we hit another one, and it means so much. Thank you guys for the support. I will continue to work hard. Oh, also, before I end this video, my dad watches my videos with my stepmom, and I'm very embarrassed of this. Not embarrassed of my dad, just embarrassed of myself. So, Dad, if you're here, you don't have to watch this. Please just skip to the ads, and that'll be enough. Okay, that's all. Oh, wait, also, I will draw them the races I feel fitting, so please don't be racist. It's totally okay if you comment and tell me your headcanon, but I will not tolerate any racism or shittiness. Okay, thank you. In my household, we all agree that Johnny is black, but when I looked up fan art of him as a human, everybody drew him as a white boy with a greaser type vibe, and that threw me and my entire family off. Like, when I say entire family, I really do mean it. I got opinions from all of my brothers, my wife, and even my mom, and when we saw the fan art, we thought that was interesting. Not bad, just interesting. My wife said some people saw him more as Italian, and so I thought that I'd make him be mixed. My mom actually made a really good point that I thought was interesting about how it's really just about perspective, because we're a black family, we kind of just assumed that he'd be black, but then other people, you know, I just thought that was interesting. So yeah, I thought that I'd make him mixed, like with an Italian dad and a black mom, or vice versa. Some of the notes I wrote for him that I feel are important, well, at least to me, are he's awkward but in a charming way. Like, look at his pose. He's just a little guy in spirit. He's young. He's a pretty boy. I feel he'd be very popular amongst everybody, not just in a romantic way, but also in how kind he is as well. He's pretty physically and also in how he acts. I guess you could say maybe not feminine, just, yeah. He's a little childish and a little nervous, which makes sense because of his dad. Another reason is that his shirt is faded, and while the design isn't childish, it's very tweeny. And I feel it's faded because it's something from his childhood he wants to cling on to. I feel that he would have a very romantic look. Once again, not in a relationship way, but like in how he dresses and holds himself. Like when you look at him, you think of roses and having coffee with someone important to you, and jazz music plays in the background and you look at him. He would have big brown eyes that would contribute to all the previous points that I made before. So, onto the drawing. I put him in a less awkward version of his original pose, honestly, just to push the vibe that I imagined for him even more. I made his eyes round and big, and I gave him bushy eyebrows because imagining him with tiny eyebrows is jump scare inducing. My wife has been singing, actually. Oh, wait, let me get her, babe. Time for the part. Time for the bit. Come. My wife and I have been doing this, and I've made her only do this like once, but I had to re-record, so. You ready? Come. Oh. Imagine if Johnny got a low taper fade. Thank you so much. So that's what my wife has been doing, and I did the harmony because we're meeting amazing singers. So exactly, she's been doing that, and sorry, she's trying to sing What If I Got a Low Taper Fade, and I've already pretty much had a low taper fade. Fun fact, if you look at my previous video, the one I made about unconventional OCs, you will hear a lot about my hair history in that. But anyways, so yeah, she has been singing that song, and my brother has been kind of singing it, and then they actually gave me the really good idea that he should have not a high taper fade, but a high top fade. I got kind of confused and I wrote the wrong thing, but yeah, I will admit I started with that, but it just didn't really look right in my eyes or my style, especially because I don't really draw a lot of guys, and I don't draw short hair as often as honestly I should, so I struggled with it. I made his hair a little bigger. You'll see in a bit. Some details I gave him that weren't in his original design were his necklace and his belt buckle. As y'all know, Johnny's dad is an organized crime, and his team will wear bunny masks to hide their identities, which made me realize, do people like sell masks of other animals? That's super weird. Like, why do they do that? Is it like the celebrity masks you see in Halloween stores? If so, then is that bunny a celebrity? Or did Johnny's dad and his team just have an arts and crafts day where they made these bunny masks by hand? Who is this bunny mask based off of? You know, like, there's a lot of questions. And while I love these movies, I cannot lie and say the world building makes much sense sometimes. I've gone on many rants to my wife about this, especially because, okay, so first of all, the giraffe. The fact that Buster Moon did not choose the giraffe because of the fact that he pretty much like has like I guess I'll just say like a hearing disability, I guess you could say. Now, not honestly, it's just it's the closest to it because he cannot hear the people below him. And the fact that he didn't choose him because of that, he totally could have had a lawsuit against him. That could have been a lawsuit. And then also, shouldn't the giraffes have like something to heighten their hearing so then they, you know, can go through life easier? Or like there should be things to help them so that it's not so hard for them. You know, maybe there should be like a staircase where it's, you know, lower, or and then their head will be level with everyone else. Like there should be something like that because it makes no sense. And then also, okay, I hate Mike. Let me just say, there are Mike apologists in my comments, and I'm sorry, but I cannot let you guys defend him. He literally pushed a guy, or like tripped him down the stairs or whatever, and threw his inhaler at him and stole his money. How can you defend that? Are you people into being bullied? Because if so, that's fine. Just be honest. Don't say that the mouse is a good guy. The rat, okay? He's not a good guy. But nonetheless, he drives a tiny car in streets full of big cars. That doesn't make any sense. Like, how could a bear drive next to a mouse? He won't even be able to see him. Oh my god, how would a giraffe drive next to a mouse? These things make no sense. I feel like depending on your size, you should have your own street so you don't die. Because what if a mouse gets, okay, trigger warning. I don't think it's intense. It's just, I don't know. It involves the words running over, but that's it. What if or an accident? What if like a mouse gets in an accident, but no one knows because of the fact that the bears and the other animals are so big, they just don't see the little guy. You know, like that's kind of depressing. So, you know what? Fix your streets. Figure it out. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm very passionate about this because it just doesn't make any sense. Well, Zootopia is like definitely not great with a lot of how it handles certain things. You know, I don't think it's awful, but I can't say that it's perfect. Its world building with the animals and the different types was really unique, interesting, and the best I've seen anyone handle humanoid animals, I guess. So I just wanted to say that. Also, would you guys like to see a video of me drawing them? Because it wouldn't go in the direction you'd think. You guys who watch my videos already know it wouldn't go in the direction you'd think, but I would really very much love to make a video on the races I think they would be. Okay, that's all. So anyways, back to Johnny. I gave him a bunny necklace and a belt buckle. Now, once again, I did not have the questions I just thought of that are now affecting me because he just has if you think about it, he has a random man's face on his buckle and on his necklace, but excluding that, ignore it. Okay, it's cute. Shh, it's cute. It's cute. Let's just leave it there. I gave him the belt because I felt it was once again more fitting for the romantic look I imagined him having, and I also made sure to make his shirt design look faded. I felt that was really important. You know, that's a really big detail for him, so I really want to make sure I didn't forget it. I made his eyes dark brown and added a light green shine to it, kind of to symbolize his childhood and his passion, because I tried to make it the same color or close enough color to his shirt. So here's Johnny's original design. And here's my version. There's some things I wish I did differently with this, but I'm still really happy with it, and I think he looks really good, especially since I don't really draw men like that. Okay, intermission time. This is a segment of my videos where I talk about something else for a few minutes, so go get some water, stop drawing and stretch, and now on to my unrelated topic. So I've had a lot of people in my comments asking me to give tutorials, and today I'm going to do a tutorial on how I color. Well, kinda. It's a small thing I do when rendering that I think makes a big difference. Okay, so the first example I'm going to be using is with my original character, Vivi. Some information about them because they're my character and this is my video is they're non-binary, they them pronouns, they are feminine, and they are selectively mute and super neurodivergent, so that's great. They're me. Anyways, so as you can see, what I'm doing is I like to take the color of one thing and put it on the thing next to it, if that makes any sense. So for example, here in this video, I'm gonna slow it down just to make it easier. So as you can see, I'm taking the color of the hat and I'm putting it onto their skin in the corner. And then I also take the color of their hair and put it on their skin. I think some people call this reflective light. I don't know the technical words for it. I just saw an artist do it and I was like, okay, that's dope. And then I started doing it. I cannot say that I know anything about the technical terms. I just think it's pretty. And then with this, I take the purple star and I put some purple in the shadow. Now, I don't like to put the full like saturated color in it because I feel that's a little bit too much personally for my style. However, do what you want. And then something that I also like to do is I take the color of the skin and I put it a little bit on the clothes and I blend it out. I blend it out way better than I did in this. This was just a really quick thing to show you guys what I mean. And then I took the purple of the shirt and I put it on their stomach. I just feel that this really adds some depth and character to my art, not just that, but it gives it like a sense of life, if that makes any sense. And I just think it's pretty. Sometimes there's no explanation except it looks pretty, and you know what? We have to admit that that's fine. In this next version that I'm going to show you guys of another example, I drew a circle and a can because I was drinking soda and I didn't want to draw any other shape. So what I did is I made the circle purple and I made the can yellow. They're next to each other. What I do is I take the yellow and I put it lightly onto the purple, if that makes sense. I feel, yeah, you can see it has more life. It's really interesting. And then also the purple on the yellow I think also works very well. It shows that they are next to each other. It doesn't feel like straight purple and then straight yellow, but instead like there really is light bouncing off of them. They're bouncing off of each other. I feel like that's really important and it makes art look a little more harmonious in my opinion. Now you can do it as saturated as you want. I feel like with art, if you want to be realistic, maybe not listen to my tutorials because that's not really what I go for. I kind of just have fun with colors. But if you want to have fun with it and make it super saturated, you can. I'm not the boss of you. No one else is. I'm not going to tell you shouldn't do anything or should because that's just not how art works. But yeah, make it as saturated as you want. Make it as desaturated as you want. If you're looking for something like my art though, I don't make it super saturated because it just feels like too much for me. You know, I don't really go for a super, super bright look with my art. I do like when it's saturated, just not too much because then I feel like in my art, I kind of lose the depth and I don't know what I'm doing. But putting it lightly can really make a difference in my opinion. Okay, so that's all. I'm sorry if it sounded like I didn't know what I was saying. This is why I've been a little nervous to make tutorials because I kind of just wing it. For example, I have over 200 brushes that I've imported from other artists and I just kind of pick and choose which ones I want to use because I kind of forget that I have ones that I like and then I go back to them like a month later and then I use them. So it's definitely, and even then, like, I don't use the same techniques in every single drawing because I learn and adapt, or sometimes I'm lazy and I do different techniques. So yeah, just do whatever you want. There's no real rules to art. If you want to have fun with it, have fun with it. You really don't need to do anything specific. I know people are going to say like you should and shouldn't do things. I don't care about that. Art is just about looking good and having a good time. Do what you want. If you want to do realism, but don't take my advice if you're going to do realism because I think it's obvious with the type of art I do. I don't exactly do realism. I'm just a little guy. Everyone's a little guy. Okay, that's all. So before I end this, I also wanted to ask you guys, for a video, I was thinking of making a few OCs for a story, then I would do a little world building. Also, I would do a little world building with you through polls and stuff like that, specifically probably through my Instagram, because that's where a lot of people see stuff. And I would have you guys participate and create your own ICs for my universe. I want this to be a really fun community building thing, and I saw that you guys were like when I interact with all of you, so yeah, please comment if you'd be interested. I really want to do this, but I want you guys to actually not only want to participate, but actually participate. And so sorry, on another subject of something in terms of participating, I unlocked this thing like called the membership or something like that for YouTube. I don't exactly know what it is. I think it's like Patreon on YouTube. So you guys would get stickers, you would get early content, you would get stuff like that. If you are interested in anything like a Patreon or joining a membership, pretty much I'd have like the little join tab next to my YouTube name. If you guys are interested in that, please let me know, because once again, no pressure. I don't do that for other YouTubers. I don't really know what it is, so if you guys are interested, just tell me straight up. It really wouldn't hurt my feelings because you guys still support me through the videos and that's all that matters to me. But please let me know if you'd be interested in the OC thing and the membership thing. I know it's a lot, but please. Okay, intermission over. Next is the lovely Nana Noodleman. So the notes I wrote for her are: she would have sharp cheekbones. I believe she'd be a tiny old lady. By that I mean she'd be thin. With that frown she would definitely have some forehead and like angry wrinkles in between her eyebrows. If there's a name for those, I don't know them. But yeah, I feel like she'd have those. She would have on a lot of jewelry, but not in a cluttered way. She's still a theater kid. An old theater kid, yes, but a theater kid nonetheless. So she'd probably have multiple rings on. She'd have them on in a classy but almost fun way, like it's on the cusp. It's of classy and fun. But you know what? Because she's her, it's just classy, but really it's a little fun for her. I believe she'd have a lot of smile lines, but specifically from when she was younger and in her prime. I feel like that was when she was at her happiest and we know when she actually smiled. Though in the second movie, I feel like she definitely developed some more. Not in a bad way, just because she actually smiles and is a cute patootie in that one and I love her. She'd have an afro. I can't forget or leave out her purple eyeshadow, but I'm me, so I'm gonna add some sparkles to them. Plus, once again, she is still a theater kid, okay? Never forget that. Okay, now onto the drawing. I put her in this pose because I feel it's a little dramatic, but still elegant. I was really struggling to figure out what to put in place of her little puff of neck fur, but I found this really beautiful fur overcoat thingy, and my wife helped me with it too. She actually found a reference photo, well, she was trying to find a reference photo of the love interest, like from Grinch. She said it was at the end of the movie, and she's wearing this puffy thing. She couldn't find it though. We couldn't find it. We couldn't find it on Pinterest or Google. So if you have any ideas, please let us know, because she was struggling and she was really sad she couldn't find it. I had a lot of fun drawing her overcoat robe thing. Super cute and elegant. And also, did y'all know that the design on is crowns? It's very pretty, but I was struggling to see what it was so much, and then I just traced it and I called it a day. I actually drew like a very, as y'all will see, like not intense, not detailed, but just like a kind of detailed crown, only for it to look ridiculous. Like it looked like too much. So sometimes, guys, simplicity is key. That's very difficult for me sometimes. Yeah, you don't always have to be simplistic, but sometimes it just makes more sense. I really love drawing jewelry and accessories, and so giving her those big ass earrings and cute rings was really fun. I gave her that pink necklace thing, but I made it more dainty, and I also gave her a really cute head wrap thing. At least that's what we call it in my house, a head wrap. I almost forgot her mole, and I'm very sorry, but don't worry, I remembered. I made her eyebrows super thin and dramatic to match her original design. A new thing I did for my version of her design, though, is I gave her, this is another thing with nails, if you've been on my channel, you know I really love how you can just tell a lot about a person by their nails. I gave her purple tinted nails because I feel she would paint them when she's alone at home, but when she's being visited or going out, she'd take it off because it doesn't really match the image she feels she needs to hold on to or that she's set for herself. Though it still stains her nails because she doesn't always have enough time to take it off properly, and also she's older, so her vision just couldn't be like fully the best, and she might just not notice it. My wife actually came up with the super cute idea that in the second movie she would wear bright acrylics, and then I thought it'd be super cute if she would paint Miss Crawly's nails in the second movie too, which it'll make sense once I start talking about her character. So here's the original design, and here's my version. I'm pretty proud of it, and I'm happy they all are pushing me to draw a bunch of different people. Also, my wife said Nana and Miss Crawly should kiss. Time for me to draw this super sweet and lovely Miss Crawly. The notes I wrote for her are pink lipstick, because I really did not want to forget that. Neck wrinkles. She'd be a little chubby. I can't believe I never noticed this, but she has a visor hat on. I had no idea what that was on her head for like the longest time. She has on big fake lashes, which yes, I did forget to add, but don't worry, I do it at the end. She would have green and messy nail polish. I'll elaborate on that later. She would definitely have smile and laugh lines, like ones around her mouth and around her eyes. I feel she would have those prominent old lady cheekbones, but they wouldn't be sharp like Nana's. She would have a round face. My wife and brother both fought me on the fact that she would be Hispanic, and at first I didn't really see it, but they've convinced me. My wife told me Miss Crawly gave her an abuela vibe, and I will admit I see it now. Also, it's very funny because my brother fought me on saying that she was Hispanic and then completely forgot he said that. And he was like, nah, I don't think she'd be Hispanic. And I was like, you were fighting me 3 days ago for like 20 minutes on this, and now you're trying to say that you didn't? But nonetheless, Pinterest honestly kind of sucks for me right now, because tell me why I could only see AI art of old people and I barely got any actual references. It sucks because I keep reporting or ignoring it and I still get it. And it's really, really getting on my nerves right now, because I will look up anything, and I will see like the first 20 pins are things that I've already, like that I've recently saved, that I've already saved about 5 times, and I don't get anything new. Like, it's really frustrating because I don't want to use Google for references, okay? I have so many Pinterest boards. Like, I don't know why it's being stupid. The only time I get anything new is in my home when I'm not searching anything. And even then, sometimes I still get so many repeats. It's fucking annoying. I actually had to use Moana's grandma's reference because I couldn't find anything else. And did y'all know Moana's grandma is kind of buff as fuck? Like, look at that. Okay, but anyways, I actually decided to draw her dress design by hand. I have no reasoning, I just really wanted to, and even though it isn't perfect at all, I think it's charming. Maybe she made this dress herself. One huge thing I decided to leave out of her design was the fact that her glass eye was always looking in another direction. Her always losing her glass eye I find kind of funny because she's clumsy and it makes sense for her character and it doesn't feel too mean-spirited. However, her glass eye was looking away as a joke I don't really like. Maybe it's because I have a bit of a lazy eye and when people mention it I get kind of self-conscious, but I didn't really want to do that to her. I did make her glass eye a different color though because I thought it'd be pretty, and also I got kind of confused because the shadow of the eye in the drawing I used, as y'all will see later, it looked like brown. I was like, oh, okay, it's brown, but I'll just say it because it looked pretty as well. I made her hair and nails green because I believe she didn't want them to match. I feel like she'd be that type of girly, and I made her roots stick out kind of to show that she did at home and just really hasn't been able to do her hair in a while. I made the nail polish on her fingers messy and kinda get all over her fingers because she's so shaky and blind in one eye, so it's not exactly easy for her to do it, and she always does it either on her breaks or when she's home. Here's a close-up of her nails so you guys can see what I did. There's definitely a lot I could improve with, like her face shadows with the wrinkles and stuff, but overall I'm pleased with the final result, and it was really good practice. I really enjoy drawing different types of people. This really pushed me, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So here's the original design, and here's my version. So here are all of the final versions I drew. I know there's things I can improve, but I'm proud of myself because in this video I drew people I'm not very experienced with, specifically men and elderly people. I hope I can continue to grow and draw all types of people for y'all. Thank you for the support. I hope the rest of your day is pretty fun. Bye-bye! Okay, so I'm gonna improvise this whole part. I literally wrote improvise and notes on what I want to talk about, specifically how me and my wife have been playing Minecraft Dungeons. That's right, if you didn't think I was autistic from my other videos, I hope you do now. My wife is also autistic, so it's even better. Yeah, I haven't been playing just that. I've also been playing Plants vs. Zombies. If you guys follow me on my Instagram, I've been posting about it a little bit on my stories. I love those games so much, and it's nice to play like Minecraft Dungeons with my wife, especially because like me and her don't have a lot of like favorite games in common. I love watching her play games like to fall asleep and stuff. It's comforting, but I can't play them. She's into games like Skyrim, GTA, Batman. She's whispering at me. Batman, Overwatch, and Fortnite. I'm a very nope. She doesn't want me to keep that in, but I'm keeping it in the Overwatch part. And then I play Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, and Plants vs. Zombies. Those are my favorite games. And as you can tell, very different. However, me and her have found middle ground. It was with Call of Duty Zombies, but I just can't do that right now because okay, so there's these crawlers, okay, and I hate things crawling at me. I can't explain. I just want to punch them in the face. I hate it, and I scream really loud, and then I get in trouble because I don't scream like a little loud. It's like genuine, like it's fear. It's fear from the bottom of my gut to my ass. It is fear, and I yell. So me and her have to find games that aren't as aggravating as stressful to play. So we've been playing Minecraft Dungeons, and it's fun. It's not scary or anything, so we've been having a good time with that. Once again, let me know if you guys are interested in the whole OCs thing, making ones for my little universe. It'd be really fun, and it'd be nice to create a mini comic story, you know, before I create my big one with my characters and stuff. So, and yeah, if you're interested in memberships. Thank you so much for listening to my rant. If you're still here, thank you so much. I appreciate you listening to me ramble. Hope the rest of your day is pretty fun again. Hope you smile today. Bye-bye.